Welcome to MiSpot, where we balance, heal, and activate who we truly are. You can call me Kiki, High Key, Kiki, if you feel me. If you're nasty. So, happy full moon in Virgo and lunar eclipse and 3/3 portal, you know what I mean? If that tickles your fancy. There's some energy like going on that I think is fantastic. I don't know, I guess I feel like I've been kind of positive lately. I really hope that you're able to hear my background music. Not really sure. I feel like the last time I did this, my background music wasn't coming in, or at least it was, you can only hear it while I was talking. So maybe some friends will come join me and let me know if you can hear my background music. I don't recall that ever being an issue before, but it happened. It happened. What's edit? Hope this doesn't go away. Customization. I don't know if that does something to the live or not, but anyway. Okay. So I hope y'all ready to go on a ride with me and like trust me to be your guide as we travel through this full moon in Virgo energy. Yeah, let's go ahead and ground ourselves. Whew. Let's just go ahead and ground our energy and open ourselves up by taking deep breaths in through the nose, long breaths out through the mouth. Again, in and out. Allow your shoulders to relax as you breathe in and out. Let your body settle in as we call in the ancestors, guardian angels, archangels, ascended masters, connected to the sun, closest to the Most High, full of loving, divine, healing energy. Ooh. We call you in. We call you in to protect us, to guide us under this full moon energy in Virgo, allowing us to feel open, in flow, and loved. We let go and release all tension, blockages, weaknesses, shortcomings, doubts, fears, anxiety, depression, confusion, delusion, illusion. We allow all of it to be released, letting the energy run down from our head space, softening and allowing our shoulders to relax as this healing energy continues to move down our backs, down our legs, and out through the soles of our feet. We're letting go and releasing all that has held us back in the past. And we return it back to the void, allowing Mother Earth to cleanse us, pulling out all the blocks, obstacles, and lower vibrational energy that's holding us down in an unhealthy, unserving way. And as Mother Earth takes this energy from the soles of our feet, cleansing it through her warm red center, we fill ourselves up with the energy of overflow and abundance, the energy of relaxation and leisure, luxury and peace. We feel safe, secure, grounded, fully protected, fully supported. We thank you, Mother Earth, for always being our source of grounding. It is done. You can just bring your awareness back to the room by opening your eyes whenever you're ready. All right. That felt really nice. I felt like it felt more like a protection energy behind me. Definitely on my lower neck and shoulder area. A releasing, but also like a presence, a letting go, but not a holding on. I guess it was like I was feeling a release, but I still felt something else. Like there was like just a relaxation. The more I released, the softer it felt, the softer it got. Okay, so we're going to go on a little ride this evening, and I hope that you all are in for it. Hopefully this won't be too long, but I'm feeling pretty good, and yeah, I'm not prepared for anything. I guess I never really am like prepared because I want the energy to just flow. But like a lot of times I like to, especially on full moons and new moons, I like to be able to go through each astrological house for each sign so that you can understand, where you might be feeling this energy the most, like what aspect of life, what astrological house, and what that means for you. However, I'm not that prepared, which it might not be that hard, but I like to kind of at least have some notes for that. So let's just see how the energy flows. And if we have time, then we'll go through it. But right now, we'll take a moment to just talk about the top transits of the week. And right, of course, we're celebrating this full moon in Virgo, along with the lunar eclipse, which, eclipses are basically for just that. They are an opportunity, a time, a moment in time where there's a cutting off, a severing, a letting go of, okay? It's necessary. It's part of life, unfortunately, but it's not really unfortunate because oftentimes we can't grow without change. So the biggest transit or the biggest energy for the week right now is Mercury in retrograde in Pisces. Mercury is a planet of information, communication, mental agility, all things, words, language, mind, space, thoughts. Could be some short distance travel, social media. That's the energy of Mercury. Pisces is a sign of spirituality, intuition. Um, we could go into delusion and confusion and, like, some of that lower vibrational energy that can come with it, but that's due to Piscean energy being kind of like boundless, not having limits, not having bounds, not having standards in a way. And I don't mean to say that in a bad way, but just having something that you stand for kind of energy. If when Pisces could be boundless, just kind of could be a reckless energy, and that oftentimes just comes with the spirit of escapism. And if there's an opportunity or a moment where these types of energies could be useful to us, maybe we've been too much in the opposite direction, so we need to pull back a little bit and do a little bit of escapism of our own to move forward. And so that's the energy of Pisces. It's very high level, intuitive, eternal, all things in the sky kind of energy. That's where that boundless spirit comes from. And so when you have, oh my gosh, when you have Mercury in retrograde in Pisces, retrogrades are for a time of reflecting. They're a time for revisiting, refining. It's a little bit of a redo. The energy is not necessarily, it could be some deja vu, but ultimately the way I like to see it is that retrogrades tend to come with like a retesting, like a recycling. You could call it a spin the block, but it's a it's something or an energy or a time kind of coming back around. Sorry, kind of coming back around to give us a test, to give us another opportunity to get it right, make a better decision, make a more informed decision, or do the same thing. That's what retrogrades are for. They're for a time of reflecting. And ultimately, if we are in flow with the energy, when things come back to revisit, they could possibly um, be a test for us to make a better decision, a wiser decision. I'm not sure if anybody is like chatting or anything, because for whatever reason it seems like my chat, I can't see anything. I don't know if that's something on my end or not, but I'm scared to touch something because I don't want it to do anything weird. So forgive me if I am not chatting or can't see the chat. But if you comment or something like that, I'll be sure to read the comments and respond. So thank you for being here. Once again, happy full moon in Virgo and lunar eclipse. And 3-3 portal. So the number three, oh my goodness, the number three. So ones and threes were like showing up over the last couple of days. They showed up on the thermometer for the degrees outside, particularly in the car on the odometer. I do trip mileage. So like when I fill up the tank, I do trip mileage or whatever. And we had it was 31 degrees outside. And then the trip mileage was like 1331.1, something like that. And then of course we have this, it's today's March 3rd. And we have this full moon energy. So many things. Threes are, to me, a balancing of mind, body, and spirit. I'm always thankful for a balancing of mind, body, and spirit when I see the number three. So that's the energy I like to, call in and set the intentions for tonight. The number one is also a sign of like a new beginning, like something has closed out and you're walking into a new phase. And that's what that Mercury and retrograde and Pisces energy is. It's like You're stepping into a more healed, better version of yourself. You're stepping into your next best self, your next version, your next level, your next timeline, whatever you want to call it. You've elevated. You've done some work. You've done some inner work. You've worked through some things. You pushed through some things. Some things may have revisited and you have responded differently. You're passing the test, like with flying colors. And now we get to really like integrate into this energy where we're actually able to like blend the energy together, which is also happening in the sky. Of course, for a full moon to happen, we have the sun and the moon in conjunction, or like, no, is that a conjunction? Anyway, the sun and the moon are, the sun is shining on the moon. So you have this full illumination of the moon, and you're getting that. I just completely lost my train of thought. But the Piscean energy, the Mercury retrograde, it's just an opportunity to step into your next self. So there's an integration. There's like a blend. That's what I was talking about. A blending. There's a blending of energies. So you're not really moving too fast. Like physically, you may not be moving like super duper fast physically. You might be actually kind of taking things kind of easily. You might be just kind of staying in routine, but you are moving forward. You're being consistent and you're moving forward like gradually. Hopefully you're feeling that. And so that's that closing out of a chapter, closing out of a cycle, and integrating into the next cycle. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of intuitive downloads. This energy came up, I think, a few weeks ago. I can't recall when, but I recall saying something along the lines of like the downloads are just screaming. Like you can see the vision so clearly. It's just now trusting it and moving in that direction, making decisions based on the vision, based on what you see the outcome as. You're making decisions on it because now it's like the seed has been planted. You have the mustard seed of faith now. So it's like you can actually manifest it because you can see it, so you can believe it, so you can connect to it, and then now you can make decisions towards it. That's the energy that I get. Mars also entered Pisces yesterday. Of course, it's Pisces season. Mars, the planet of action, initiation, like Kickstarter. I think of it like fire starter, not like as in, arson, but I guess that could be an energy too when it comes to Mars. But Mars is just that fiery, we're going to go get it, like, and burn things down if we need to, kind of energy. And in Pisces, it's like you're so solid and concrete in your I don't want to use the word delusion, but you're so solid and concrete in what you see in your vision. People can call it delusion, but you know that it's doable, it's possible, it's realistic. You're not being, absurd or immature with the vision. You can clearly see exactly what that vision is. That's Mars in Pisces for me. Just being very confident in who you are, what you represent, what you believe in, what you stand for. And then at the end of the week, Venus enters Aries. So of course, Venus right now is in the sign of Pisces once again. So that's given us a loving energy. Venus is always coming to bless us. She's always coming to make us feel good, make us feel attractive, loving on us, and trying to heal our relationships or heal our emotional wounds. That's a connection to Virgo as well for me. Virgo gives me that virgin, flowy, goddess kind of energy, right? And so Virgo and Pisces are sister signs or moon signs of each other. But there's this flow, with Virgo that gives me Venus kind of energy. And that's kind of how it feels. You know, it's like it's a softness, a stillness, a calm, it's a gentleness. It's not a fast moving energy. It's very powerful but very subtle, you know. All right, that's what's going on for the most part in the sky. I could go through each planet, but for the most part, this is the energies that are currently happening. Like I said, Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Pisces, time for revisiting and like just kind of making sure that we're connected to the vision and we're moving in that direction. Okay, but allowing it to integrate. You don't have to take action. You can allow yourself to surrender to it. That's the word. You can allow yourself to be in flow with it. Okay, Virgo, once again, and Venus. And then, like I said, Aries is like firing us up. Aries is that Kickstarter energy. So that's where we're going next. Like, that's the next thing. It'll be Aries season, and Aries will like push us forward. And then I'm going to tell you something. When Mars moves into Aries, so Mars rules Aries. And when does that happen? It doesn't happen this month, I don't think. Yeah, it happens next month. I think Mars has like maybe a month and a half or 2 month transit through each sign. But anyway, that's going to happen in Aries season. So get ready, because we're going to be moving, or the energy is going to pick up pace. Remember, this is the year of the fire horse, right? It's the year of the number one, new energy, new beginnings. Endings create new beginnings. We were talking earlier about like change, right? And how change, you know, is inevitable, especially for growth. So the fire horse, like I was saying a few weeks ago, is like he's in the little box they put the racehorse in before it's time to take off, and he's in there like, you know, scuffing his huffs, if that makes sense. I probably like butchered that, but you know what I mean. He's like kicking up dirt. He's ready to take off. That's how I feel like the energy is building. So we're going to feel like a catapulting as Pisces season wraps up, and Mercury comes out of retrograde and then moves into the sign of Aries. Like so what's going to be happening also. So these are the planets that are more like closest to the sun. They tend to impact us individually, right? They tend to impact, like we represent the sun. So they tend to impact us more frequently and more on a closer individual level. And then, of course, as the planets go out, they tend to impact like what's around us. But we're a part of that collective too, so we can still feel the energy. Anyway, here I go again. The downloads are coming so fast, I can't talk fast enough, and I want to make sure that I'm speaking clearly and making sense. So, but yeah, there's a kickstart energy that's coming up. I thought it'll come back to me. Ooh, excuse me. Dang, man. I wish I could see that chat, because you might be able to help me out. But it's all good. All right. Oh, I was talking about the planet. So Mercury is in retrograde in Pisces. Then Venus, I mentioned, shifts into Aries on Friday. Mars has just entered Pisces. I'm trying to go down the list. My very educated mother, Jupiter is in Cancer, just came out of retrograde. Jupiter is also a planet that's going to tend to give us some type of bump forward, move it forward, a push, an expansion, a growth. Jupiter comes in to, make room. And being in the sign of Cancer in retrograde is just kind of been like allowing us to revisit some emotions, maybe nurturing more on ourselves, maybe even like those closest to us or those that we love. And he'll be there until end of June, early July. So we've been enjoying that energy for over almost a year now. It's been over 6 months. Jupiter, Saturn. Where's Saturn? Saturn just shifted into Aries. So did Neptune. They were in Pisces together for probably 2 years. Saturn and Neptune carry very generational, societal kind of shifting energy. And so being in the sign of Aries, there's like, I call it like a new world order. Not to get too far into like any type of craziness or like politics and things like that, but just kind of, paying attention and looking around, we can see that we don't have a lot of peace right now. There's a lot of unrest. There's a lot of disappointment. There's a lot of heartbreak. There's a lot of pain. There's war going on, and that's never really good, but it's one of those things that happens. But I do think that it is making people wake up. I think that what's happening is starting to get a fire under some folks that probably needed a little fire underneath us. You know what I mean? I mean, all of us could probably use a little fire under our butts sometimes to get us moving, get us going. But there's something else going on where we really need to make sure that we are, I'm going to call it building generational wealth. I'm going to call it entrepreneurship. I'm going to call it investing. Me personally, doing my inner work helps me create the outer world that I want. It allows me to connect to an energy of peace, an energy of calm, and an energy of like alignment, like really moving towards what God has in store for me, allowing me to be guided to what brings me peace and ultimately prosperity, turning pain into profit, turning pain into purpose, just allowing ourselves to really understand what lessons we were supposed to learn from the things that we struggled with, the things that were challenging to us, maybe even from childhood. Just really digging deep and asking ourselves the hard questions like, why do I do this? Or why do I do that? Or here's a pattern I'd like to break. Or here's a weakness that I like to strengthen. Or here is something that I experienced or I went through that I overcame and it made me better. And here's something that I want to share as my testimony to inspire and help others, or maybe save someone from going through what I went through. You know what I mean? So we could sit down and we could look at what's going on around us, and we could allow it to bum us down and get us down and out and depressed. It's not to say that we don't care, because innocent people, children even, are casualties of war, unfortunately, and it's sad, and it could be anybody, So not to get all like down and out, but we could sit here and allow it to get us down, or we could pay attention and really start to position ourselves to freedom. I really can't even say it any other way, is to really focus on your bag. I think that if we look what's going on, I feel like there's a lot of insider stuff going on, like right in front of our faces. And all money ain't good money. But there are some very good, positive, even morally sound investments that we can make that can change our lives, our children's lives, especially with this AI innovation. This is like what they call the .com boom. Okay, now I don't know anything about, I know about it, but I wasn't investing then. So, But just sharing those things, because I think that when we are healing, we start to realize what's not for us. So when when you know what's not for you, you can connect more with what is for you. And just connecting to, like I said, peace is priceless. There is no amount of money that could buy you peace, really. But I do think that having a certain level of freedom can help you achieve a certain level of peace. And that's what we're manifesting, and that's what we are planting seeds for over here. Okay. I think that's it. Is that it I want to share on that? We can jump into the cards here shortly. I talked about the sky. I went through the planets Saturn, Neptune. Did I miss anybody? Pluto, of course, is in Aquarius. So just get used to that, which is also another transforming energy. Pluto is a planet of transformation, death, and rebirth. I believe Pluto rules Scorpio. Pluto feels at home in the sign of Scorpio, if I'm not mistaken. And Pluto is in the sign of Aquarius until 2044, I believe. At least another 20 years. How about that? So we're going to get used to that energy. But there's a transformation when I think of Aquarius, I think of rebellion. I think of innovation. I think of humanitarian. But I also, Aquarius, the Aquarius that I know, and just the energy around them, they could also isolate themselves. You might have been feeling, some of that Aquarian energy during this. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, you're experiencing winter. We've had cold temperatures, we've had snowstorms. So there has been at least to me, there's a very purifying energy that comes with the snow. And you definitely go within, right? We go inside. We tend to hibernate, isolate ourselves, and hunker down inside. You might be getting some things done while you're inside. You could be organizing things. You could be decluttering. Spring is going to be coming up soon, or, approaching here. So it's just a good time for clearing out. And that's all. I just say whatever energies of the past that are no longer serving your best and highest good, whatever energies are from the past that are holding you back, keeping you stuck, and allowing you or making you spin your wheels and stay in the same place, that's what we're letting go. So go ahead and just set the intention to release all of that right now, and let that energy that doesn't serve you and is not for your best and highest good just run out from the bottoms of your feet. Allow Mother Earth to take it and alchemize it and return it back to you as love and light, peace and prosperity, all things above, and good news. Okay. I think that was pretty good. I won't do the astrological houses tonight, but just to kind of give everybody a little bit of some level of love, I guess. So Virgo, of course, this full moon is shining a light on your first house. The first house is the house of self, the house of identity, the house of ego. It's who you show yourself to be to the world. It's your sun sign, right? It's how you are seen. It's how you shine. And this full moon is shining a spotlight on your identity, who you are. What do you want to manifest? What do you want to set the intentions for? What do you want to release under this full moon so that you can make room for this next clean slate, this new version of yourself, this next level, this next phase? What Virgo energy are you proud of? Are you proud of your work ethic? Are you proud of how disciplined you are, how you stay in routine, how you pay attention to details? What do you want to take with you? Which strengths do you want to take with you? And what are you releasing? What has been released? Let's claim it as past tense. What has been released? What have you let go of so that you can make room? And then Pisces, this energy or this moon is shining a light on your seventh house. Look, there we go. The seventh house, let's think about this. Hold on. So stay with me. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra. So that'll be the 7th house. So that will be the house of partnerships. So Pisces, let me check myself while we talk through this. But Pisces, this moon will be shining a light on your 7th house of partnerships, relationships. It could also be like, what you like about yourself, maybe your appearance, what you could be focusing on your appearance. You could also be seeking some justice. You could be going through some things in court. Hopefully it's going in your favor, but yeah, this is like a house of justice, a house of liberty, a house of fairness, law, freedom. So yeah, that's for Pisces and everybody in between. Everybody in between. I really wish I could see the comments to see how you might be feeling, or like who you might want to, what your sign is, and who whether it be your sun, moon, or rising that you want to hear about. Let me see. I can do something pretty quick. Let's jump into it. Look, here we go. We got a little time. Yeah. We got a little time. So let's see here. So we talked about Virgo, this moon highlighting your 1st house. Pisces, this moon highlighting your 7th house. Hold on. Let's see, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Cap, Aquarius, Pisces. Yep, I was right. House of partnerships, contracts, public enemies. So Pisces, you could definitely be going through, like I said, it could be court. You could be learning who your enemies are. Like, things are being exposed to you. You're starting to see some things, maybe a little beyond the surface. You're starting to like see a little bit more behind the veil. Okay, I'm just going to do something quick for the signs in between. Virgo, Libra, this moon will be highlighting your 12th house, house of that Piscean energy, the 12th house of empathy, spirituality, mystical, reflective kind of energy. Okay, so you're being supported there with the releasing and like stepping into a new version of yourself, a new version of spirituality, like moving more into the direction of your dreams. You might be releasing anywhere that you may have been delusional or confused or like living in an illusion. Maybe you've learned to set more boundaries. Maybe you've kind of had some boundless kind of energy. Okay. Yeah. And you could definitely be looking or seeking more solitude. Could be sharing secrets, or maybe learning to keep certain things to yourself, or learning like who you can trust your secrets with. You're definitely making room to be more intuitive, more like wiser, like you're seeing more. It's just a confirmation of the energy. Scorpio, this moon is highlighting your 11th house of friendships, aspirations, and groups. It's your collaborative kind of energy. So think of what could have been holding you back from being more innovative, maybe in a team setting, or what goals do you have when it comes to working with others? Is there anything that's been holding you back from that? And what do you want to bring in? What do you want to set the intention to bring in? What are you releasing and what are you bringing in when it comes to your friendships, your network, your groups, okay, your relationships with groups of people. Sag, this moon is highlighting your 10th house of career, reputation, authority. You could be making more room to be more disciplined, more driven, maybe a little more optimistic. You could be realizing if you were overly optimistic and how to kind of set energy where, or pull it back where you can just set some healthier boundaries or more realistic goals. Being more conservative. Okay. Capricorn, this moon is highlighting your ninth house. Your ninth house of philosophy, higher education, maybe traveling. Like you could have a nudge to be more adventurous. You know, not being so serious. Yeah, kind of letting your hair down a little bit. Aquarius, this moon, why is it doing this? This moon is highlighting your eighth house of transformation, investments, intimacy, where you're passionate, what you're passionate about. You could be like becoming more intense, or I guess maybe getting more comfortable with intensity, or like having more passion. You're definitely paying attention to a lot. You're like honing in on things, zooming in. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. Be more observant, like tapping in more, being just more I don't want to keep saying the word intuitive, but that's just what it is, because it's Pisces season and all of us have a little bit of each other in everything. Like the cycles overlap. It's just certain energies at certain times are just more dominant, which gives us opportunities to grow. But yeah, that's what I have for Aquarius, right? Was that Aquarius? I think so. Hold on, let me count. Oh, my music is back. I'm not sure why. You just be hating. That's all that is. I like the YouTube music because my Apple Music, the songs are like short. I like the ones that go for 12 hours. So, okay, let me count real quick. I lost count. Pisces, I talked to you. This moon is highlighting your seventh house. Next would be Aries. Aries, this moon is highlighting your sixth house of health, service, routines. Could be a little bit of work ethic, being practical, being meticulous, paying attention to detail. Okay, you're definitely being supported with this full moon with that. So it's really good. Aries, if especially Aries rising, Aries sun, if you're looking to like elevate, if you're looking to move to the next level in life, this energy is helping you to like set an intention or plant a seed under this Virgo full moon where you can really be more analytical, be more practical, be more in routine and rhythm so you can get to the next level. It's like it's like resetting, like getting new habits, like learning new habits. Okay, being more meticulous. Who's next? That was Aries. Taurus, this moon is highlighting your fifth house. This fifth house of creativity, romance, children, change. You could be just kind of stepping more into who you are, not being afraid to be seen. That's been an energy that's been lingering as well, where we're like making the invisible visible. So you could be stepping into it, being more proud of yourself, being, yeah, like not being afraid to be seen. What else can I give to that? There could definitely be some areas where you're being more creative, or like you're starting to dig a little deeper into maybe some areas of intimacy or romance. You're softer in your emotions. You're softer and it's like you're more understanding, but you're balancing it out. It's like I'm empathic, where I understand, but I'm not like a pushover. Like there's no people pleasing kind of energy here. But you're feeling very confident. That's what I get, like a confidence. You're feeling courageous. You're feeling like you can like bask in the sun kind of energy. Gemini, this moon is highlighting your fourth house of home, family, divine feminine energy. Like there's like a balancing, a connecting, like an equal healthy balance. Your roots. Also, feeling more emotionally understanding. Maybe you want to plant seeds to be more emotionally understood. You could be feeling pretty protected at this moment. Yeah, it's kind of a similar energy to Taurus, where it's like you're understanding, but you're not boundless. You're not without limits. You're not without standards or expectations. You're not falling for the okie doke. You're not people pleasing. Yeah, that energy is getting out of here. Cancer, this moon is highlighting your third house of communication, siblings, short trips. You could be being more sociable. Maybe you're reading more or studying more. You're being more clever or like inquisitive. Like you're digging into things a little bit deeper. This moon is allowing you to manifest energy that's like helping you to elevate mentally, intellectually, maybe even in how you communicate. Leo, this moon is highlighting your second house of love, values, possessions, and finances. And yeah, you could just be, becoming more consistent. Okay, we're being supported with that, even with the seasons right now. You could just allow yourself to also maybe indulge a little bit more in your own strengths, like really allowing your strengths to work for you. Allowing your strengths to work for you. The sun is pretty powerful right now with Mercury retrograde. There's also a Mercury cazimi, where basically Mercury goes into like the heart of the sun. We also have this full moon, so the sun is shining on the moon. And Leo is ruled by the sun. So there's support for you here, Leo. Okay. Clearing out blocks when it comes to finances, when it comes to love, when it comes to possessions. You're really allowing yourself to be more connected to consistency and being like reliable, but like to yourself. Like you're allowing yourself to go within, to focus inward. Okay? All right, we did it. Hope that was helpful. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you. Thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what's going on, what you like, what you don't like, what resonates. If you have any questions for me, if you want to set up a one-on-one, we can just do like a 30-minute discovery call if that's helpful. You know, I'm here to help be a guide. Okay, so let's go to our good old Moonology deck. Can't go nowhere without that. This one's going to show itself probably every moon celebration, because these cards kind of kicked it off, honestly. And the energy has been good, you know. Yeah, it's been good. I'm cold. The energy has definitely been good. I can't really say that I've had any like negative or sad emotions. I think that when it comes to like low vibrational or like, you know, just emotions that may bring us down a bit, I think the only thing that I can say that may make me feel a little disappointed or heartbroken, not heartbroken like crying tears, but like just more of a disappointment, like oh, that's sad kind of thing, you know, like oh, I feel sorry for them or something like that. Has really been in like dreams. So my dreams, it's like I was getting ready to say, it's like I'm getting like a sneak peek. I don't even want to call it that, but I'll say that like that's the only thing. It's like I something will show itself to me in a dream, and it'll make me think that someone is not like okay. Nothing super crazy or bad, like, you know, unaliving or anything like that. But it could be like something of someone's burned down, or like somebody is not doing well. It could be physically, like health, it could be financially, it could be mentally, emotionally. Like that's what I'm like, my dreams have been, you know, I can't even that's the only time where I can wake up like, damn, that sucks. I'm kind of happy that it's like a dream, but it's kind of making me wonder, like, what is the message? What else is it telling me? Is there any symbolism behind it? You know, or is it literal? That's the energy. But other than that, day to day, awakened life, the energy is a flow. It's kind of a roll with the punches, surrendering, not going against, not fighting, not forcing, not controlling, really being in flow. Okay, it's snowing today. We're going to stay inside. Okay, it's nice outside. We're going to go rake some leaves. Oh, it's really nice outside. We're going to go wash the car. Like, it's like you're just really kind of taking things and rolling with the punches kind of as they come. It's snowing out or it's cold out. We're just going to layer up and dress for the weather so that we are comfortable and we're warm. We're prepared. That's the energy. We're not unprepared. We're not out here like unprepared. And if you're feeling unprepared, you let me know so that we can get you in alignment with being prepared, because this is definitely preparation season. I can almost guarantee you that the entire 2026 is going to be a year of preparation. Okay, it's a kickoff, so it's going to support you with a new beginning. But if you're intentional with it and you're in flow with the energy, it's not just going to be a new beginning. It's going to be like transforming. Like I said, it's like at the end of the year, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, look how much has changed or shifted, because we were just with the intention. We were in alignment with the energy. So we were able to receive the abundance of the energy because we're in alignment with it. All right, let's go ahead and let's get into these cards. Holy Spirit, manifestors of divine love and healing light, please protect us as we download the messages for our best and highest good. Anything that's not for our best and highest good, please close, shut, lock, and block that door. In the name above all names, amen. I got that prayer from Mystic Sunflower. I added my own little pieces to it, but Mystic Sunflower, she's so, I don't know, she's got like this bubbly, goofy, kind of silly, sweet personality. And that's a prayer that she always said over her card. I haven't watched a reading in so long, but we do our own. Oh, they almost slipped over now. Oh, okay. We got 2. Ew. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Okay, Libra. Libra season, anyone? You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Bruh. This is like the 3rd time in a row this card has come out. You and your loved ones are safe, boo. So, okay. Look, now I'm about to, and it's 10:10 on the clock. Listen. This is okay. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I got it. You and your loved ones are safe. This energy right here, and I don't know if y'all resonate with this, but if you have had anybody around you in the last 2 to 4 years, okay, maybe even 5, and the energy was manipulative, the energy was dishonest, especially if the energy, like the spirit, let's say that too, went out of its way to make things hard, to make life confusing, to make things difficult. And you may have felt like, did that person come after one of my loved ones? Or did that person come after my kid? Or did that person come after one of my children or somebody close to me? Like, did that person come towards me in any malicious way with any ill intent that I did not know about or I do not know about? This is what this card is saying to me. It's like, don't you worry about what they tried to do, what they could have done. Don't you even would have done. There's a reason this card keeps coming out. So we're definitely going to read that again. I'm going to read the win-win outcome is forecast, because this is the energy we want. This is what we're aligning to. You know what I'm saying? We're clearing out, like I said, that whole, we've been healing codependency. We've been healing from situationships. Like, we're not doing that. Like, we're better than that. We deserve better than that. We know better than that. So it's like, come on. Like, why are we going to keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result? So a win-win outcome is forecast is what we want. We want to make sure that we're bringing in and aligning with energy that is on our level, that's in alignment with us, that knows how to communicate to us, knows how to love on us, because we're bringing the same. We're reciprocating. I can't even talk. We're reciprocating. We have received a relationship of reciprocity. Look at that. I got it out. But when I see this, you and your loved ones are safe card, that card is telling me that if you thought that they did something to you behind your back, or something else that you don't know about, or a loved one or a kid, or maybe they tried to come for your job, which is, oh, that's lame. That is so lame. I don't. That's those fighting words coming for somebody's livelihood, but that kind of thing, like you, it's unfortunate that we find ourselves connected or attached to people that could be so low, but unfortunately that's where they are, right? They feel low, so they want to make you feel low to make them feel better. Y'all know the drill. But do not worry about what they tried to do, what they could have done, what they would have done, because you and your loved ones are safe. That's high ancestral and angel protection to me. 1 and 3 equals 4. 4 is the angel number for protection. 1s and 3s been showing up for the past few days. So Cancer season could be significant. We also got a new moon and a full moon card out here. Cancer and Libra. All right, let's read. Let's see what's on the bottom. A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. So, I was talking earlier about the planets shifting out of Pisces. Pisces is technically the end of the zodiac, right? So it closes things out. And then we go into the new year, the new cycle of Aries, and we kick off with the spring, right? So Pisces had what we call a stellium. A stellium is 3 or more planets grouped together in one sign. And sometimes the sun and the moon and some of the asteroids, but definitely with the sun and the moon, and even some of the points could be considered planets because they do carry an energy, right? So, but particularly if you have Saturn, Neptune, and the sun and moon all in Pisces, that's a stellium. So the energy is it's very intense. It could be blended. It could also be very opposing, right? Depending on the planets, depending on the sign and how they interact with each other. And how they are, in relationship to the planets across from them, and it's at the same degrees and all that good stuff, right? What's happening is, this is at my point. I knew it would come back. All those planets that were grouped up in Pisces are now shifting into Aries. So we're talking about closing out something, talking about ending a chapter and starting a new one. Baby, when all these planets get piled up in Aries, that's that Kickstarter, the horse kicking up dust kind of energy. Like, let me up. Like, when you open up this door, I'm going to take off like the fire horse that I am. Like, that's the energy. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go look and see when that stellium will occur, right? So it's probably going to be, Saturn and Neptune are going to be in Pisces for like 2 years. I'm sorry, in Aries for like 2 years or so. But you have Mars coming right behind it. Then the sun is going to make its way back around there. The moon's going to make its way back around. I'm going to do a little bit of like future forecasting, like looking into my crystal ball to see when that energy can be expected and what that, what those planets would look like. And like I said, when it happens. So see where Pisces and Aries fall in your chart, like what houses they represent for you and what planets are in those houses in your natal chart. And it's what's going to happen is when those planets shift into those signs, it's going to like activate your natal chart, which you could be being called to move forward, to move in the direction of the new energy. but it's going to be breaking away from the challenge of that old natal energy. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So your natal chart, see where Pisces and Aries, what houses they rule for you. That Pisces energy is what's going to be collapsing and closing out, and you're moving into that Aries energy. Also see what planets are in Pisces. Pisces won't be as important, as we move out of Pisces season, but it'll be good to understand what you're releasing, what you're clearing out, what you're letting go of, or what you're being called and challenged to let go of, and what the new energy is calling you towards. I'm sure when you do the work, it'll come to you. You'll be very clear. You'll be very clear on what you're moving on from, and what you're being called to move in towards. Okay. I'm gonna shut up now. All right, a win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Okay, so we're gonna claim Cancer. We're claiming the whole 2026. I mean, let's just be for real. We're claiming the whole 2026 because it's just gonna be that, like that. It's gonna be that kind of year. All right. Full moon in Libra. A win-win forecast. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. The full moon in Libra, the sign of partnership, of falling in love, and of closely relating to someone else. Since full moons are about climaxes and conclusions, this card suggests you're either about to start a new relationship, or that an important existing relationship is changing somehow, perhaps coming to an end or moving to a new level of commitment. It's important to remember that people come to us for a reason, and sometimes just for a season. If a relationship is ending now, it's doing so at the right time. So try not to fight it. This card can also offer this card can also refer to a professional relationship. There is a sense that you need to balance your ego with someone else's needs. A win-win outcome is possible with give and take. Doing so might be the answer to your question. Attune to the moon. Let go of that which is falling away. Additional meanings for this card. See the other person through the eyes of love. It will change your perspective. It's time for you to make a firm decision. Time for you to focus on yourself for a while. Look after yourself, but avoid vanity. Now is a great time for a makeover. I was just getting ready to say that's that Venus energy. The teaching. No matter when you pull the full moon in Libra card, it encourages you to find a balance between your desires and those of the people around you. Balance is a very Libran energy, and the full moon brings things to a peak. Libra energy also brings love energy. Negotiations are easier. So, yeah, we connected to the full moon. We're manifesting a win-win outcome. Okay. We talked about that understanding, being empathic, but not people pleasing, like being understanding, but not having like reckless boundaries or no boundaries at all, right? Is that for a reason or a season? That's what we're understanding. It's like, does the good outweigh the bad? You know? Yeah, wow. I could say so much about this, but did I say? Hold on. Balance is a very Libran energy, and the full moon brings things to a peak. Dramas and upsets brings partnerships to the fore. Did I say that? I feel like I skipped that. Libra energy also brings love energy. Negotiations are easier. Oh, Libra, the love energy too. The Venus energy. Venus is about to move into Aries. Fire love, like that emoji with the hearts on fire. The heart. I hope that's not a heartburn kind of emoji. I guess it could mean that too, but like a burning love. A good one though, a good one. But I've been getting fire. I've been getting fire in my dreams for sure. All right, and oh, look, bottom of the card, fiery climax, full moon in Aries. We'll experience the full moon in Aries. What's that? Leo season or Libra? Anyway. Okay, let's read you. Do I need to read you and your loved ones are safe? I've read it and it's already over an hour and I don't want to keep going too long. I promise you it can't. It's come up probably in the last 3 messages. You and your loved ones are safe. We're going to take it at that. We're going to take it at face value. New moon in Cancer. Yeah. You don't have to worry. That's a Mary. Is that Mary? I won't waste your time. So you don't have to worry, baby. Oh, look, I just turned to it. So I'll just read it. I'm not going to hold the card up. I'll just read it. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. There's a new start coming in your private life. Something is rising up in connection with the people and places you hold dearest. This can be to do with a member of your family, a flatmate, or moving house. If you're hoping to move forwards with something special in your private life, this card comes to you as a message that you can do it. If you've been neglecting your family, it's time to reconnect with them. If you've been neglecting yourself, you need to take better care of yourself and nurture yourself more. If your insecurity is holding you back, that's something for you to work on now. Doing so could bring you your heart's desire. Attune to the moon. Make sure you put family first. Additional meanings. Let someone get a bit closer to you. A new cycle is starting for your child or children. It's time to review your goals. Have they changed? Meditation will help you banish your insecurities. Spending time near water will bring you peace and answers. The teaching. The new moon in Cancer can be a super emotional time. The moon is all about emotions, and Cancer is a water sign and also very emotional! Exclamation point. Saying that the moon is very happy in the sign of Cancer. It's one of her 2 home signs along with Taurus. So whenever you pull it, this card suggests that whatever happens next will be in your favor. It's especially positive for family matters. So confirmation all up and through there. Focusing on our family, focusing on breaking generational patterns, curses, ties, and moving more into like generational shifts, generational changes, generational wealth. Like you're here to break the cycle. And this year is going to like prove to you that you're the one, you're the catalyst, you're going to open up the pathway for everybody. You're going to be the trailblazer. Definitely confirmation on what's holding us back. We were talking about that earlier. I think that came up during the grounding. I was going to say, do you tend to find, maybe as a coach I probably shouldn't say this, but it's the truth. Do you tend to find that sometimes when you're releasing and letting things go, you get a message that kind of makes you feel like something from your past is like in alignment or was the thing, like, right? I don't know if y'all look at I think it's the Ryan's Eye on Instagram. Anyway, she always does like little like skits. She's kind of funny and like a little witty and clever, but she kind of like makes me think about, like you're having a skit or arguing with the universe. So you're saying this and the universe is saying that, so she'll do that a lot. So that may resonate. But anyway, it's like you'll be releasing and then you'll get a message that makes you think, well, was that I walked away from, or did I let go? Was that supposed to be what you wanted me to do? Was that my destiny? Was that my purpose? And I hope that resonates and like you can relate to that, because I think that that's a real thing. I think that people, when we are tapping in, even in a vision or a dream or something like that. You may get like a message or a download, and you're like, wait a minute. So that to me, at least at this moment, the way that I'm taking that is a test, because what I know for sure, two things for sure, one thing for certain, two things for sure, is that if a past energy is where I'm supposed to be, it won't come to me in the energy of the past. It'll meet me where I am right now. Okay. I have an actor friend. He lives in New York. And he told me years ago, allow people to rise up to you. I will carry that with me for the rest of my days. Allow people to rise up to you. And I think that I'm not saying that everything in the past is bad. I do think that what's in the past is informing the future. And that's what these retrogrades do, right? They allow us to revisit certain things to see how we are going to respond. So listen, when we know better, we do better. And that's the whole purpose of this, is to time our best life. If you want to time your best life, let's see what's going on in the sky and see how God wants us to be obedient. See what they're really telling us to do, what challenges we need to break through, how we need to trust them, what we need to have faith on, what word we need to be standing on, so we can plant certain seeds in alignment and in flow with the energy, allowing God to be God. We're not in control. We're not forcing anything. And I just want to let you know, if you're here and you are moving forward and you're trying to stay the course, boo. Stay the course. And what's for you will meet you where you need it to meet you. It's not going to be something you need to dip back. You're not going to have to look back. Remember in the Bible, the story, I think it was Lot's wife, when they told her to don't look back. And she looked back and turned to a pillar of salt. If you're going to turn to a pillar of salt and become a shell of yourself and lose yourself and all your boundaries and let someone rob you of your good, godly, purposeful energy, then we ain't on that. We ain't doing that, right? We letting that go. So if that's what it's going to do to you, or that's how you felt before, that's the strength that you're going to need to say, no, I'm straight. I'm gonna keep going this way. If the energy is for you, it's going to meet you where you are. And all that calmness and stillness and peace that we feel in our necks and our shoulders, we're tapping into that, so that when we get around certain spirits and certain energies, when them shoulders go up to your neck, to your ears, and everything is tight, that ain't it. That ain't it. That's all I got to say. Let's do some angel numbers. Maybe we'll do a soul's journey and then an angel number. I hope that resonates. But seriously, when you start to see the energies like that, and it's like confusing, God is not the author of confusion. Okay? He's not. So even if something from back then is what you're supposed to be connected to, it's going to meet you where it needs to meet you, boo. All right? And it will be clear. That doesn't mean perfect, but it will be clear. It will be calming. It will bring you peace. It will bring you understanding. It's not going to be confusing. It's not going to be dishonest. It's not going to be weird. Pay attention to the weird. Okay? Pay attention to the weird. All right. Okay. All right, let's do a soul's journey, and then we'll do an angel number. I don't think we're going to do a roomie tonight. I just don't think so. All right. The roomie energy has been pretty consistent too. Blood angel came out twice. In like back-to-back readings, or maybe it skipped one, but I know that that's the truth. It's another one that came out twice. Another angel, I think. All right. Failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. A lot of purple out here. So once again, a lot of intuitive, divine, upper chakra energy. Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. Confirmation. We are making decisions. We are making better decisions, and we're using our intuition to do so. And we're looking at how the energy going in the sky is aligning with the different aspects of our lives and where we can use it to clear out and to manifest. Time our best life for success. To time our best life for success. Come on, baby boo. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Look at that. And see, that be the energy. Listen, and I carry a lot of duality with me anyway, not two-faced or anything like that, but just being able to see different sides or a different perspective, or having to jump into my twin if I need to. But I really can appreciate that we've learned the lesson, right? We thought it was a failure, and then we made a better decision. Maybe we had to sit still for a while and be in indecision. But ultimately, it's moving us right to where we need to be for success. And that there is no greater goal than to love. We have gotten that through almost every card in here. Focus on love. Focus on your loved ones. Focus on your family. A romantic situation or a relationship, a professional relationship is shifting. It's a win-win outcome, like all positive. Let's see what's on the bottom. Look at that. Death. If this ain't an integration, I don't know what is. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Come on. We're going to leave it there with that one. I'm not reading these. We don't have to. The card has said enough. We'll do some angel numbers and we're going to call it a night. Thank you so much for your time and sharing your time and energy with me. Give me 1 second. We're going to go ahead and get these here angel numbers. Look at this. Look at this. 1331. Good fortune. Wow. Advice, comfort, major change, individuality, independence. Have faith in your skills and talents as they are a tool that can provide you with a bright future. Success. A piece of good advice, a moment of enlightenment, or a comforting message is on its way. Come on, Pisces energy. Everything will work out in your favor. That's the second time that's been confirmed too. That it's all working out for us. Let it all work out. So that means that this number came out during the last celebration or the last time that I pulled the angel number deck. Just saying. You want to time your best life? You want to get in alignment? Holla at your girl. Okay? Holla at your girl. We slay demons all day. All day. Slaying demons. All day. Ooh, look at that. Jumped right on out. 1818. Willpower. Achievements, success, striving, forward, prosperity, go-getters, courage, luck. Wow. Significant events are in the cards for you. Will you progress in your endeavors and gain new experiences? I'm sorry. Back it on up. Let's back it up. Wow. Significant events are on the cards for you. I would say in the cards, but you will progress in your endeavors and gain new experiences. The right people and resources will be put on your path. An excellent proposal or change is coming up. You're destined for greatness. Come on. Proposal, like we healed the codependency, baby. We healed it. Okay? We apologize and communicate over here. All that stuff you did with your ex, you leave that over there in the past. But we apologize and communicate over here. And we get into the money. Okay? The good fortune, the prosperity, striving forward, go getting it, achieving, being courageous. I talked about being courageous for one of the signs. Might have been a couple. Allow it to be in alignment. Stay tapping in, stay meditating, stay committed to clearing your mind space. There's a lot of distractions going on, not just mentally, but also emotional distractions, things to get us up and down, things to just keep giving us these spikes and then we crash. Like, allow yourself to truly connect with the earth, allow yourself to really be in flow and in balance and be able to be steady and calm so that you're able to respond and not react. That's the energy. This is the integration phase. Everything between what's going on in the sky and even these cards has proven it. Let's see what's on the bottom. 2112. It's up to you. Someone watching over you. Angel protection. Good fortune, once again. Unforeseen forces, direction. Even if it seems like you're not making any meaningful progress, things are moving forward in the right direction. If you see this number, it's a sign that everything will work out in your favor and your dreams will come true soon. Sorry. Your dreams will come true soon. All right. I love you, but God loves you more. Always go within so you never go without. And over here, we stay connected to the ones that sit high, look low, and see everything. Thank you for coming out. God bless you. Good night. And I'll see you next week.